You just mentioned another guy in a way that made your stomach drop. And now you're wondering if you should ask about it or just pretend it didn't happen. Here's what's really happening in those moments. She's testing you. Not consciously, not maliciously, but instinctively. And here's the thing about these tests. Pass them, and her attraction grows stronger. Fail them, and she starts pulling away. Most guys fail these tests without even knowing there was a test happening. They get defensive, they seek reassurance, they sabotage what could have been great connections. Today, we're going to break down the 3 most common tests women use and exactly how to pass them every time. Before we dive in, let's explain why women do this in the first place. It's not manipulation or games. It's a deeply ingrained psychological mechanism. When a woman starts developing feelings for you, she becomes vulnerable. She's considering trusting you with her emotions, her time, maybe, eventually, her heart. She needs to know, is he emotionally stable? Can he handle pressure? Does he have real confidence, or is this just an act? Will he fall apart at the first sign of difficulty? Is he secure in himself, or needy and reactive? Here's why she can't just ask you these questions directly. Talking about confidence doesn't give her real answers. Anyone can say they're confident and stable. Instead, she creates moments of pressure or uncertainty to see how you respond. Your response tells her more than your words ever could. Think of it like a structural engineer testing a bridge before letting traffic use it. She's checking if you can bear the weight. Most of this happens unconsciously. She's not sitting there thinking, time to test him. She just instinctively creates situations that reveal your character. The good news is, you can pass these tests naturally, not by manipulating or gaming the system, but by genuinely being the confident, secure man she's looking for. Let's start with test number 1, the challenge test. This is when she challenges you, teases you, or pokes fun at something you said or did. She might push back on your opinion or say something slightly provocative. It sounds like, oh, you're one of those guys who does that? Or, that's kind of a lame excuse, don't you think? Maybe she says, you think that's impressive? With a little smirk. Or she playfully disagrees with something or questions a decision you made. What she's really doing is testing whether you're secure enough to handle being challenged. Can you take a little heat? Do you crumble when someone pushes back? Or can you hold your ground with confidence? Here's how most men fail this test. They get defensive. They over-explain themselves. They get flustered or visibly rattled. They take it way too seriously and try to prove themselves. You'll hear them say, no, wait, let me explain what I meant. This shows her that you're easily destabilized and your confidence is fragile. Here's how to pass. Don't take it seriously, stay light, and hold your ground without getting defensive. If she teases you, try something like, yeah, you figured me out. I'm actually the worst. If she pushes back on your opinion, say, fair point. I still think I'm right though, with a wink. If she challenges a decision you made, respond with, I stand by it, feel free to overrule me, with confidence. The key is staying unreactive, playful, and unbothered. Her challenge doesn't threaten your sense of self, because it shouldn't. Test number 2 is the availability test. She's testing how available you are, how quickly you respond to her texts, how easily you rearrange your schedule for her, how much you prioritize her over everything else in your life. This might look like not texting back for a while to see if you flood her phone with messages, being vague about plans to see how much you chase, mentioning she's busy to see if you clear your whole schedule, canceling or rescheduling last minute to see your reaction, or acting distant to see if you become clingy. She's making a dual assessment here. First, she wants to see if you have a life, if you have options. Second, she's checking whether your world revolves around her, which is needy and unattractive, or if she's just one part of your full life, which is attractive. She also wants to see how you handle uncertainty. Do you panic when she's not immediately responsive? Or do you stay calm and cool? Here's how most men fail. They become immediately available, respond to every text instantly, clear their schedule at a moment's notice, change plans easily, and chase when she pulls back. Even worse, they get anxious and start seeking reassurance with messages like, "Hey, haven't heard from you. Is everything okay?" Or, "Did I do something wrong? I noticed you've been kind of distant." This shows neediness, lack of options, and emotional dependence on her. Here's how to pass. First, have a life. Don't drop everything the second she texts. Don't always be available. If she doesn't text back, don't flood her phone. Just wait and live your life. Respond when you're free, not frantically. If she cancels plans, say, "No worries, let me know when you want to reschedule." Then go do something else. Don't pout or punish her. If she's being vague about plans, suggest something specific. And if she can't commit, say, "Cool, let me know when you figure out your schedule." And leave it there. The message you're sending is, "I like you, but my life doesn't stop because you're busy. I have things going on myself." Now, all of this confidence stuff isn't just mental, it's physical too. One of the best ways to feel genuinely confident around women is knowing you can show up fully when it matters. That relaxed confidence is something women can feel, and it changes everything, from how you flirt to how you handle her tests. Test number 3 is the reaction test. This is when she does or says something designed to provoke a reaction from you. She might mention another guy, talk about her ex, act flirty with someone else in front of you, or say something slightly outrageous. Specific examples include, "This guy at work keeps asking me out, it's so annoying," while watching for your reaction. Mentioning a friend in a way that seems like it might be more than friendship. Talking about her ex and how amazing he was at something. Being friendly or even flirty with another guy right in front of you. Or saying something controversial, just to see how you respond. She's testing your emotional stability. Are you secure? Or are you going to get jealous, overreactive, and insecure? She wants to know if you're the type of man who trusts himself and doesn't get rattled by perceived threats. Here's how most men fail. They get visibly jealous, ask probing questions about other guys, become pouty or passive-aggressive, or try to compete and one-up. You'll hear them say, "Who's this guy? Should I be worried?" Or, "So, are you interested in him?" Or, "Your ex was so amazing, huh?" Some guys get cold and withdrawn, which is just jealousy in a different form. This shows you're insecure and easily threatened. Here's how to pass. Stay completely unbothered. If she mentions another guy, say, "Sounds like you've got options, good for you." Genuinely, not sarcastically. If she talks about her ex, try, "He sounds like a good guy. Glad you had that experience." If she's being friendly with another guy, don't react, don't glare, don't compete. Just be yourself. Trust that if she's right for you, she'll choose you. The underlying message you're sending is, "I'm not threatened. I know my value. If you want to be with someone else, that's your choice. I'm not going to be rattled by the mention of other men because I know I'm awesome." This level of security is incredibly attractive. Here's the thing. The way to pass every test is to be genuinely secure, grounded, and non-reactive. Not to pretend to be these things, but to actually be them. Women test to see if your confidence is real or an act. If you're faking it, you're going to crack under pressure. If it's genuine, you're going to pass naturally. The real work isn't learning how to beat the test. It's becoming the kind of man who passes them automatically because he is confident and secure. Let me give you 6 principles for passing any test she throws at you. First, don't take things personally. Most tests aren't attacks, they're curiosity. Respond with lightness, not defensiveness. Second, stay unreactive. The more rattled you seem, the worse you do. Stay calm, even when you feel challenged. Third, have a life. If you genuinely have options, goals, and things going on, you won't be needy. That's not an act, it's reality. Fourth, trust yourself. Know your value. If she's testing whether you're secure, show her that you are by actually being secure. Fifth, don't seek reassurance. The moment you ask, "Is everything okay?" you've failed. Trust the process. Sixth, stay playful. Humor deflects most challenges. If you can laugh it off, you pass. So let's bring this all together. Women test not to be cruel, but to find out who you really are underneath the surface. The three main tests are the challenge test. Can you handle being teased or pushed back on? The availability test. Do you have a life, or does your world revolve around her? And the reaction test. Are you secure, or do you get jealous and reactive? Pass these tests and her attraction will grow. Fail them and she loses interest fast. The key to passing isn't manipulation. It's genuinely being the confident, secure, grounded man she's looking for. Become that man and you'll pass every test naturally.